Radar Update. My name is Daniel Vallis from InformedChristians.com, a website ministry devoted to discerning current events from a Christian perspective. Again, I want to give a great thank you to all those who keep sending in tips and articles and news pieces and thoughts that you have. I greatly appreciate it. Together we can watch for Christ's coming, we can watch for the day approaching, we can look for the coming of our Redeemer. And a special thank you for all those who are praying for this ministry and for me. We definitely need your prayers. We have technical issues just like everybody else. We have health issues and all the affairs of life we still have to deal with. So please continue to pray for this ministry. I need strength. I need wisdom. And just pray that God will give us the words and information that we need that will light a fire in us to serve God more. There's a lot of information that we can get distracted with, but not all of it is needful at this hour. This video is a warning about what we see and anticipate, but it is not a prediction. I do not know the future. We have been covering a lot lately, and it's been amazing to see how the Lord has brought a lot of wisdom together. Things that we've been studying for the past months are now coming together and clicking together and making sense. And it's amazing to see when we stick it out, when we endure, when we overcome, and we're faithful to what we're supposed to do, and we're faithful with watching and occupying till He comes, we will see so much coming together. And we've been looking, especially lately, at the concept of the day-month cycle, of the pattern and the shadow of all of that. And we've also been seeing how the enemy appears to know that is the pattern as well. Now, when we start talking about the morning star and Venus and the celestial signs, especially in the concept of dawning in the morning, some people get confused with Lucifer. So let's do a quick review of that. There are differences between Lucifer and Christ, obviously. Christ in the Bible is referred to as the morning star, the day star, the son of righteousness, whereas Lucifer is only the son of the morning. He's not the morning star. He's the son of the morning, and he's also described as an angel of light. He will pass himself off as the morning star, and you'll hear him referred to as the morning star in different comic books and media. But he's not the morning star. He's a faker. He's a liar. He's only the son of the morning. That means he is a son of, he has the attributes of the morning. He has light. He is an angel of light. He is a son of the morning. He has the characteristics and attributes of the morning light. But he is not the morning star. But because he is an angel of light, he will often pass himself off as the sun, or as the morning star, or as the day star. But he isn't all those. And down through ancient history, he's always portrayed himself as the sun god, Apollo. And we've covered a lot of that. And the world, Satan's disciples, they're anticipating the return of the sun god. But he has deceived them. So those are the two differences that we always need to keep in mind. There's a lot of celestial signs pointing to Christ and reminding us of Christ. But Lucifer is also trying to hijack what those mean as well. And of course, we have the celestial signs going on above our heads right now, calling our attention that something very important is going on and we need to be paying attention. We have the 5 visible planets, but then also on the 6th was the celestial triangle with the moon, Mercury, and Venus. And these pictures are from spaceweather.com. They have a bunch of other great pictures from different photographers there. But this sign, this particular celestial triangle, was viewed shortly before the dawning, before the sun rose, and that's what the morning star Venus alludes to. It's the morning star, that the sun is going to be rising shortly. So here we can see Mercury closest to the horizon, and then Venus the next up, and then the moon. And of course this was just shortly before the new moon and the change on the Chinese calendar to the new year. Very soon, shortly, the crescent of the Jewish concept of new moon will be appearing, and that will start month 12. But these signs that we've been looking at, particularly Venus, harkens to that there is a dawning approaching, and we are in that dawning period right now. We are in the nautical twilight, basically right now, the time when there is an expectation of the twinkling of an eye. So much coming together right now. And it appears that the morning star is appearing because he will be coming onto the scene soon, coming to redeem what he has already paid for. But then we also have the expectation, according to prophecy, that the son of the morning, his working will show up pretty soon as well, possibly most likely in this same time period, this dawning period, because he is the son of the morning. So prophetically, we should expect him within this same pattern, concept, and shadow as well. And we mentioned before with Purim, with strong types in that story as well, alluding to Antichrist type, that fits into the picture as well. And of course, we should expect Christ's return sooner than later, because again, as we go forward, we're going to be getting closer to the proverbial dawning, and we're going to be moving out of the twinkling of the eye window, pattern-wise. This morning, one of our watchers let me know of an interesting development. North Korea launched their rocket just the day before the Super Bowl, their Sunday. But it's very interesting, there's symbolism in that as well. They called the rocket the Shining Star 4. Very interesting that another reference to the Shining Star is at this time. And in their media, they talked about the fascinating vapor of, however you say it, satellite trailing in the clear and blue sky in spring of February on the threshold of the day of the shining star. And right now we find ourselves on the threshold of going into the last and final month, which is associated with the dawning. And already we've seen the morning star shining. Very suspicious that this goes on right now. And even more suspicious is that the news organizations and even NORAD, they state that the satellite launched by the Shining Star rocket passed almost right over Levi's Stadium where the Super Bowl was being held. Again, making a connection, a mental connection between the Shining Star and the Super Bowl, which we talked about before with the concepts of the Golden Gate and even the Silver Gate and the anticipation of this sun rising. A lot of symbolism that they had in that. And I view the Super Bowl as basically their kickoff party right before the final month changeover to the last month. And of course, it started with Lady Gaga singing the Star-Spangled Banner and her tweeting out and drawing emphasis to the dawn's early light and the twilight's last gleaming, because they know we are moving into that time frame. And they have an expectation. And right now, of course, on Twitter, her avatar is the Black Star, because she's doing it supposedly out of tribute to David Bowie with his Black Star, and she's doing the tribute to him at the Grammys in 1 week. They're tying all these stars together. Of course, Lucifer, he's the son of the morning, but he's really the Black Star. He's not the morning star. He's the antithesis of the morning star. He's the opposite of the morning star. But they are expecting him. Apparently, during the dawn's early light at the twilight's last gleaming. And then the same day, another Independence Day trailer came out just for the Super Bowl. And guess how it started out? With the Super Bowl, with the narration singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Surprise, surprise. It just made me shake my head as soon as it started playing. So much is coming together, folks, right now. You know, it's one thing for me to say that it appears the Jewish months appear to correlate to days, but when the enemy is blatantly throwing out the same patterns and almost saying the exact same thing right in the same time frame, it should draw our attention. And of course, even the opening shot, this is the opening shot of the trailer. They got the stars all going where they're singing about the Star-Spangled Banner, because there are celestial signs going on right now, especially the morning star. A lot more could be said about the trailer, but they show more scenes of destruction and cities being destroyed. And then they also feature London and the London Eye in the Thames, which symbolizes the river of time. But it's interesting, they show parts of the world being turned upside down. They show a section with the world's tallest skyscraper coming down on top of London. Very interesting how they're showing this concept of the world turning upside down, right in connection with the London Eye, which is a reference to Apollyon's eye as well. A lot coming together. And of course, they made a prominent push again of that same scene of the destruction of Washington, D.C. as well, right near the Pentagon and the Washington Monument. The enemy knows something is special about this month 12, the morning twilight, the dawning time, prophetically in shadow and pattern. And we must make ourselves ready and always keep it in mind that the day is dawning. On our website, we now have an infographic poster of all this material, and I've added a lot more information into it. You can download the PDF, print it out. Great for Bible study, church study, or even just as a reference to have for others. We've included a greater breakdown of the signs of peace and safety, and additional information from the handouts as well. This is a large poster. This is 3 foot tall by 54 inches across. So if you print it out, it makes great for multiple people to study it. But you could also just view it and pan around on your own computer as well. But definitely use these resources, study them, because we are running out of time. The dawning is coming. We are in the twilight period right now, and we must not forget that. Hebrews 10:24 through 25. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. We see the day approaching. Romans 13:12. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armour of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Are you ready? Let us put on the armor of light and serve Christ first and highest above all else. Maranatha.